Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. 5 moves tonight. If you look in the event post, you will see a printout I have made using ChatGPT to make a visual for you. See what you think about that. I'm going to go and share. If I know we are live. We are live. See what you think about that. Okay, group. Let me share it here. I'm going to go and share live here. Fantastic. Okay. We are gone. So thank you for joining me this evening. Today is the third of 3 sessions I have done on Men's Health Week, or Men's Health Month, I should say. Within the last week, I have done 3 sessions. Last Tuesday, I did de-stress, feel-good, relaxation style session. Thursday, I did a warm-up and recovery, and/or you could use the same routine. Tonight's a little bit more structured. We're going to be using more of a total body approach. We're going to be starting with a little bit of a standing warm-up. We're going to progress to 4 exercise positions. And I will say, most of the guys I've worked with in my history with vibration plates and health and fitness, my guys aren't as good at the winding down, the stretching. Unless you're specifically athletic training, conditioning for something, we're not always as mindful about the warm-up and the recovery aspect. So we are going to do a standing warm-up before we get into the main stuff. I am today working on the Rumble X Plus, and I'm using the Power Flow X dumbbells. You'll notice just the bars. I have been schlepping it all day. These are an adjustable weight up to 55 pounds, and I just didn't think I could handle 15 pounds aside with what I've been doing the last couple days here. So if you are working out with weights now, whatever you're using on the floor would probably be a moderate starting point as far as how much weight. If you are not working with weights now, I'd prefer you focus on the technique and make the exercises fluid and comfortable and make sure the posture is there before you challenge yourself further. So for the standing warm-up, my feet are hip width apart. I'm at about a third of the way up. I'm at 25 out of my 60 speeds. And 30 seconds to a minute, we're just going to stand with the knees soft, not so tall that you're hearing it in the voice. You want to bend enough so that you're feeling it no more than the collarbone and the shoulders. Just do some really slow movements, maybe some arm swings to add to that lymphatic movement, using a vibration plate passively for my guys, whether you're doing a workout at home or you're heading to the gym. It's going to warm up that muscle tissue. It's going to expedite the flow of lymph and circulation more effectively, making whatever you do at the gym better. It preps your central nervous system for whatever you're going to do next, and it's going to reduce injury, make you more flexible, lots of reasons. And for the same reasons, you might want to use it as a recovery. Okay, so 30 seconds to a minute. Our first exercise, we're diving right into it, is a progressive exercise where we're combining a shoulder press with a squat. I did this last month and took on way more weight than I should have. We're going to start with our weights positioned at our shoulders, and we're going to press up as we squat down. We're going to do this for 30 seconds to a minute, really depending on your level of conditioning, any arthritic joints or troublesome issues that may be giving you. Pay attention to those. So we're going to do this statically and slowly. Statically means when I hit the squat, we're just going to hold still for a period of 3 to 5 seconds and stand back up. So we're going to look like this. Push those up above the head, holding, 3, 2, 1, standing back up to that basic stance. Recover for 2 to 3 seconds. We're going to do another rep. Back down, hold, 2, 3. Shouldn't feel like you're fighting or resisting. If you feel like your weight is shifting to the balls of your feet, you are probably squatting lower. You want to keep those lower than you should. Keep those heels planted. Probably 60 to 70% of the mass is on the heels. Again, 4 to 5 sets on this one, hitting you to a minute. If your conditioning is a little better, I'd prefer you go through the next 3 exercises as well and then do another rep versus pushing these longer and longer. So same basic position. We're going to keep our feet hip width apart. If you're taller, if you're a little more conditioned, this is feeling okay. You could bring them a little wider. Okay. We're going to hinge over and we're going to bring these. We're going to row, hold, relax. About a 45-degree. You feel that really deep in that low back and those hips. If you do have a troublesome back, a lot of my guys do, we're not hitting the legs. Okay, so when you're doing your squats and things, you may want to bring those a little bit closer. Okay, bent over row. Okay, pulling with those triceps. Again, we're going for about a minute. Go a little lower depending on you. Okay. Up to about a minute. Next one we're going to go into is a lunge with a side raise of the arms. This one tends to be a little more challenging than a bicep curl, really targeting the shoulders. So when you're doing a lunge, I don't want you feeling like you're on a balance beam. Make sure that your feet aren't in a straight line. You'll not feel as stable. Don't go super wide with the foot. It's more destabilization than you need. Bring the foot about halfway. The other foot widen up to the same position, but on the floor. So you got a little bit of a wider stance. We're going to come down into a lunge. We're going to do 2 sides. We're going to do a set on my left leg first on the machine. While we're dipping down, we're going to raise our arms out at our sides, and we're going to try holding for 3 to 5 seconds. So we're going to look like this, keeping that front leg nice and straight. You're not leaning too forward or too far back. We're bending with the back leg. It's stabilizing you, kind of like a rudder. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Back up. Let's do another one. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Back up. Love to get 3 out of you. I'm so glad I didn't grab 15 pounds aside. 3, 4, 5. Other side. If you do have a weak side or you're recovering or you just got an issue on one side, you may want to alternate, do one leg, do the other leg instead of doing 3 in a row. Really depends on you. Okay, so we're going to go down. You always have one side that's stronger than the other. First, down. 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back up. Last one in this set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. You don't necessarily need to go as deep as I did. Work with whatever issues you may be working with. If you are doing that style of movement, it's well within your range and you're not finding yourself challenged, you can add more mass, maybe some dynamic movement, whatever feels like you're challenging yourself. You want to feel fatigued within that set. So the last one we're going to do is a Roman deadlift. So we're going to look like this. We're going to lean over. Knees are just undone. And we're going to lift. Hold it at the chest. Counting to 3, 4, 5. Release. We're not slouching. Nice straight spine. Looking at about a 45-degree angle at the floor. And lift. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. One more good one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really feeling that up through the hamstrings. Again, back to our basic stance. If you do want a little bit of recovery and that was enough for you, you could just work it off. Let the machine, it'll boost that lactic acid, that circulation. It'll boost the recovery. If you want to do more, do another set. So the recap of the exercises we did today, and I will get to questions here in a minute. Knees are slightly bent. We just did a basic stance warm up. If you're a little bit more athletic, you may want to widen that stance up. Maybe do a little weight shift and just get some movement going for 30 seconds to a minute. First exercise, mean one, was a squat with a shoulder press. We brought our weights up on our shoulders and we pushed down and we held for 3 to 5 seconds. 3 to 5 reps on that one, depending on you and your fatigue. The next one we did was a bent over row. So the knees were slightly bent, extending the arms just out in front, and we're lifting, using those triceps, pulling back with those elbows. For 5, we did 3 to 5 reps of that one. The next one we did was a lunge with a side raise. So your foot's lined up about halfway out, other foot on the floor behind. Same thing, you're doing each side. When we dip down, we're going to raise those arms, holding 3 to 5 seconds, really depends on you. If you're a lady walking through today and the arms are dying, but the legs aren't, just add 3 seconds this way. All kinds of variations if you find certain body parts are fatiguing. Of course, we did reps on another side. You can tell which is Debbie's weak side. And then we ended with a Roman deadlift. So we leaned over, put those weights out in front of us, pulling up to the chest. 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can do 3 to 5 reps of that. If the goal is strength, you're working with mass now, you can add more weight. It really depends on your level of conditioning. There's no, just like a vibration plate, how long, how fast, how often. It really depends on you and your current level of conditioning. So that was a quick, fun one. I know it's summer and everybody's short on time, so I'm trying to be mindful and come up with workouts that are not only easily followable, but challenging. So I hope you enjoyed that set today. I want to see if anyone is here. I forgot to do a time check or a sound check, but I know Barbara would tell me if she couldn't hear me coming through on the other end. Hi, Barbara. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you're having a good Tuesday. Today was my last of 3. As I said, last Tuesday, I did a de-stress, feel good. Guys have different triggers. A lot of times the back, the shoulders, depending whether you're active or not active, it just tends to be an area of concern. So we did some stuff on that. On Thursday, we did some warm-up and recovery ideas, 3-4 moves that you can use before and or after your workout. You could incorporate some of that with what we did today, which was 5 moves. If you don't have weights, get creative. You can use jugs of milk, something that's just going to add some mass to the arms to give you the additional benefit of not only working the arms more specifically, but when you add mass to your frame, your legs and everything that's supporting you while you're standing on the plate is more challenged because it's pushing more mass through all those micro movements and the stability and everything else that you're having to incorporate without realizing on a subconscious level while you're standing on the plate. So thank you for joining me. I will be here next Thursday again. This coming Saturday. It's the 4th of July. So I'm trying to decide. I may move. I don't like moving it because I'm so consistent with my first Saturday of the month. But being that it is July the 4th, and it's a big one, I think it's the 250th anniversary, I have been told. So I might move my monthly crash course to Sunday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So look for that. I will probably reschedule. I've got it set up already. If you are a new user, if it's been a while since you've used it and you just need a bit of a butt kick or some focus getting back to it, that's always a bit of a longer session, really driven by those of you attending and the type of questions that you have. But it's a really good opportunity to just answer any kind of Q&A stuff that you guys might have, especially if you're a new user. There's lots of common questions, but when you're first starting out, it's kind of unique to you. You don't know that it's common to everybody. Hi, Betsy. Nice to see you. I hope you enjoyed today. It is tank top season. So I don't have, I mean, every woman's got a bit of bat wings, right? But I have a bicep, but I don't have as much mass as I normally do. So I would like to start doing these types of things a little bit more prominently. The reason we need to focus on men's health as well, a lot of the marketing guys, it's out there based on women. And many of you have male entities in your home, whether it's your husband, your children, roommates, and sometimes some of the stuff we do on the plates doesn't necessarily feel like it's catering to the guys out there. So this is a great alternative if you don't have time to make it to the gym. If you are in training mode, there's all kinds of ways a vibration plate can just give you that edge from a training perspective and a recovery as well. So any questions that you may have, please reach out. Barbara says she needs a butt kick. I think you'll enjoy today's session. Always do a little bit of warm up first. And Donna, thank you for joining me as well. I love to see you guys during the week. Sometimes it's hard to tell. We've had stormy weather here. So as much as I'd like to be out digging in my garden, the mosquitoes are eating me alive with all the rain we've had. So thank you for joining me again. I'm going to bump my session for sure to Sunday this coming week with it being the holiday. And I will look forward to setting up and visiting you again the following week. I'm not sure what's going on yet or what I'm going to be celebrating. If you do have workout ideas or things you want me specifically to focus on, please tag me in a comment at Debbie with a Y. If you have questions about today's session or you're watching this on a recorded basis, by tagging me for sure, I get the notification. If you just make a comment and don't tag me, I get like ample notifications in a day, so I don't always get notified by Facebook. So please make sure that you tag me at Debbie with a Y, and I generally will get back to you within the day. So have a great rest of your day. Tomorrow is Canada Day. It's a holiday here in Canada where I'm at. Happy Canada Day to those of you that are celebrating. And I look forward to, I think there's some product launches coming up. Keep your eyes out for Amber in the VIP group, maybe tomorrow, maybe tonight. Don't know. Just a thought. Hint, hint. And Donna says, I need help with weight bearing for my bones. Everything I did today was weight bearing. Donna, if you go into the search menu in LifePro's YouTube channel, you will find, if you search Debbie with a Y and bone, you'll see lots and lots and lots of sessions. There's a really good blog article actually that I did as well. Let me find it. Be patient for a moment. It's on the website, but it gives you a good understanding if you're looking for some science. But weight bearing, bone density is really about consistent weight bearing more so than just weight bearing. And why I say that is a lot of people don't realize it's the best bone density results I've seen in my time are not how much weight you're using or what setting. Sometimes you're limited, or if you're dealing with deficiencies, you can't do the things that other people are doing. So standing on the plate, even seated on the plate with the feet to start, if stability, you're at high risk of falls and things like that. Partial weight bearing will give you that edge, that advantage. So consistent using it 2-3 times a day. The people that I've worked with that have seen the best bone density results are typically the ones, believe it or not, that are using it for symptom management. They're using it for things like swelling and pain and energy. And because you use it often, like 2, 3, 4 or 5 times a day, the consistency becomes really easy. And even though you're not doing a big old bone density workout, it's that 2 to 3 minutes here and 4 to 5 minutes there. Just like you walking around the house. Bearing our mass is how our muscles build our bones and make them stronger. If you want to accelerate, just going through the motions, your body's going to return the bare minimum. If you're willing to add some weights like I did today, or challenge yourself a little bit in your positions, if you require the muscles and the bones to do more, they're going to respond with more returns. They're going to return with more strength and by laying more osteoblasts because they know they have to perform the task. So if you make it just a little bit more challenging, that's where you'll see those gains in bone density. No, just density, osteoporosis. I'm very proud in my time. Been at this 20 years, and you're not going to see studies that have been following things 20 years like I have with vibration plates. I've seen severe osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, all these different tangents reversed to osteopenia and reversed completely, and then rebuild to the point where the bones are actually showing much younger than your chronological age. So I've had people using these machines 20 years, and they're not all doing big workout things like me, but they are using them consistently and just going longer and longer and longer. If your body gets used to it, or you're starting to plateau, mix up the settings, mix up your foot positions, add some weights, slow it down a bit if you've gone the change subtly when your body's got to adjust, change gears to modify to what you've been doing versus just adding more and more time. You almost get into a period of maintaining versus changing, if that makes sense. So mix it up. Variety is only the spice of life, and you're only limited by your imagination and your range of motion. That one's for me, but do what you can on it, but do it consistently and often, 2 to 3 times a day if time allows. Even short 3 to 5 minute sessions will add up to way more improvements in the long run. I dropped the link for the article, and like I say, if you search on YouTube, the lives no longer stay in Facebook longer than 30 days. So if you're looking for a video, make sure you hop over to LifePro Fitness's YouTube channel, search my name and any medical condition or health benefit you can think of, and I've probably done 3 to 4 sessions each. So any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and keep it simple, keep it fun. That's where the consistency, if it's this thing you got to do and it's such a drag and it's a workout, there's all these ways that the psychology gets in the way. So look at it, I'm just going to go do some feel good. I'm going to go do some self-care. Don't call it, I got to go work on my bone density or my weight loss. The things we know we got to do. If you start being mindful about just how you feel and use it for other reasons, that stuff comes very easily as a side benefit. Keep me posted, Donna. And if you have any specific questions, feel free to reach back. I look forward to seeing you guys on Sunday. If I don't talk to you or make any posts before then, have a fantastic Canada Day and 4th of July, and enjoy your week. Hopefully it's bright and sunny and summery where you're at. Take care, guys.